Hi everyone, welcome to Stamping with Teresa. We're just about to get a storm here. I think it's starting to rain. You might hear it on my roof, having a tin roof. And I'm sure I can hear some thunder and lightning happening out there too. So yeah, let's hope we get through this video without being drowned by rain on the roof. Okay, now last week I was showing you some techniques with this embossing folder, and I was trying to get the ute behind it, and I don't know if anyone else noticed, but I was doing it on the wrong side. Okay, that's a confession. So I'm going to show you again tonight how to do it properly, and I'm sorry about last week, and then we'll move on to some other things hopefully. Okay, so I'm not going to I'm going to compete against the rain tonight. I can see that. A few minutes early I am tonight, but that's okay. I'll get started and we'll show you how to do this correctly tonight. Okay, so I'm going to bring the camera down so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is our embossing folder, and last week I was actually putting the colour on this side, and I know it's on the Sussex side, so I don't know where my head was last week, but wasn't concentrating on what I was doing for some reason. So I'm going to start off with some Pacific Point, and I'm going to drag it across the top of the embossing folder, which is really lovely. It's a nice blue. Okay, so that's going to highlight the sky area, and then I'm going to add a little bit of soft suede down towards the bottom for some dirt. And sometimes I like to go over the two colours there, just so you get that nice little light blue behind the soft suede. Okay, so the next step after this is to stamp our ute, and I'm going to use our Mento black ink, and hopefully I've got it pretty well inked up tonight, and this works perfectly, hopefully. Okay, now we're just going to stamp this down onto our embossing folder, and you sort of got to look to see like where the trees are going and everything like that. So I'm going to go hopefully about here and stamp it down, and you can actually see that the ute is on there today, which is really good. And then we're going to place our cardstock, so just line him up on there and close our embossing folder. Hi Beth, how are you today? I'm just going through that technique that we that I messed up last week. No one else messed it up, just me. I was doing it on the wrong side, and sometimes that just happens. Your brain just doesn't register that you're doing it the wrong way. So I'm just taking the thin die adapter out, and I'm just going to place the platform on the platform, the Big Shot platform. Don't forget to put your fold towards the Big Shot machine and bring your top cover through. So we're going to wind that through, and this today should work out a lot better than last week's. Okay, which it has. So you can sort of see this was what I was trying to get last week. I was trying to get the truck behind the trees, and it just wasn't happening. So I'm just going to put the Big Shot down there for a minute. And this is a really good one to colour in with your Stampin' blenders. So we can colour it in. So we can do it with, I'm going to do it with the light navy one. And I'm just going to come through and do a bit of a colour through here with the truck. And you can bring different colours through on your truck if you want to. So you've got to actually go in behind the trees there. Just make sure it all stands out. So to save a little bit of time, you can sort of see what I'm doing. I actually coloured one up a little bit earlier, just so we didn't have a lot of time on there. Hi Nicole. So you can see now this week the ute is behind our trees, which is really, really, really great. So to finish this, I just used the little sponge dauber and some of our black, Memento black, and I'm just going to get a sponge dauber and just pop it in here and just rub it up the trees a little bit, so you get that little bit of, it looks like an ashburn trees then, like you get that black and white effect, which is really nice. So sorry about that last week, I just obviously didn't have my head, so you can sort of see this is what it's going to look like. And then you can mat that on either a grey or a blue, which I'm going to do later because I want to get on to the next little technique. So I hope you enjoyed seeing it properly this week. And sorry about last week, I don't know where my head was. Obviously not on the job. Okay, now one of our beautiful embossing Thinlit dies that I love, it's a Thinlit die, not an embossing powder, sorry. It's this new one that we've got, and I just love this. It's just gorgeous. It's so simple. Don't you just love that? It's got the beautiful little birds and that in it. This one's a bird, this one's a flower. Then you've got a star that you can use. And you've got this bottom piece as well that you can actually use. And this one that you can use as well. So you have these little pieces here that actually go around the bottom that you can actually cut them out. Okay, so I'm going to share with you one of these tonight, which is really lovely. So I'm just going to move my stuff over here and get my cardstock out. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place our Thinlit die, whichever one you decide to use, whether it's the bird, whether it's the flower, or whichever one you want to use. I might do the flower this time. Okay, and you're going to run it through your big shot, so you're going to need to bring that thin die adapter back over to our big shot and place it back on there, and then our plate, and then we need to line this up. Now I've cut this piece of paper about 2 inches wide, which is pretty good for a tag type card. Now I'm just on this die, your dies are cut right on the edge, so when you're placing it, you've got to just make sure it's right on the edge of that one. Okay, and then just pop your lid on and wind that through. I'll just pop that down there again. Okay, so then you can see that this all comes away and your little flower pops out through the center. Okay, didn't quite cut through, so we're just going to place that back on. And this happens sometimes if you don't use the other platform, but I'm trying not to bend my plates around as much, so just pop it back into the position where you want it and run it through again. Here I've got the other plate, but I really don't want to use it because all my plates are bending and I just don't want to bend them. Okay, so that should be alright, it'll pop out. and that's really lovely. Now, when you go to colour this, I've got the leaves coming out here, you can also use it as a template to get started, which is really good using your Wink of Stella and your colours. Hi Nicole. I don't know if I've already said hello to you tonight. Okay, I'll just get that one out of there. So I'll just show you a card what I'm talking about. So you sort of, I've used the Wink of Stella on here, and it's actually got three lighter colours. It's got the light pink and then a darker pink and darker. So you can go with whatever colours you want, blue or whatever. So you can actually use this as your stencil to whatever colour you're going to do. So if you're making 3 cards and you want to start off with the dark pink, so that's what I sort of do to not waste my cards. So we're going to colour this one up, and I'll just show you one side here what I'm talking about. So we're going to use the Wink of Stella pen, and I'm just not sure which one's my empty and which one's my full. And tonight we might use a little bit of Calypso Coral. That's a nice colour. And I'm just going to get my little block. Remember to use your block when you're using your Wink of Stella, so you don't get the glitter into your ink pad. And we're just going to pick some up. And we're just going to colour the out edges, but when you're colouring the out edges, you're also colouring the inside for that flower, that template. So it becomes a template and a card all in one, which is really good. So if you make another one and it's a lighter colour, you put the lighter one next to it, or you can do 3 the same. It's entirely up to you. So you can sort of see that you can actually blend the colour through, and we're just getting like the outside edge on the top one, but on the inside you're getting the stencil type one, which is really good. It's interesting to, this is one of my favourite templates at the moment, and also die cuts, using it as a template. It's just so easy to use, and it's got 3 beautiful ones in it. And we're just going to highlight around the edge here. I hope everyone's had a good week. It's been a busy week. It's always a busy week, but yeah, I hope everyone's had a good week and survived this weather that we've been having. Okay, so we've got the colour on. Now we want to change to the green. And I'm quite partial to mint macaroon. It was one of my favourite colours before it went out, and I'm so glad it came back in. So I'm just going to use the opposite side to the block. So we've got the green on this side. Just don't forget to wipe your Wink of Stella pen, and then we're going to pick up the green and just do some leaves. Now don't forget you're using it as a stencil, so it doesn't have to be completely online, you know, because a lot of people think stencils, you don't have to do it completely online. So I'm just going to move that, and you can sort of see the effect that you get on this bottom card, which is really gorgeous. For hi Fran, lovely to see you here with us tonight. And then you've also at the same time coloured your tag, which is really good. So you're going to end up having 2 cards by the time you finish. Okay, so I'm just going to also on here stamp. So we're going to use, I'm just going to move that little block out of the way so I don't get ink on anything. I'm going to make this into a card tonight for you, because I've been doing a lot of techniques and not making them into full cards. So tonight we're just going to do it into a full card to start off with. So we're going to stamp out our word, and I like the idea of 2 stamp sets. So the Colourful Season's got some beautiful words in it, so may all your tomorrows be as happy as today. Life is a beautiful thing. And then also you got life is so much better with you in it. I love that one, and some things are just meant to be like the two of us, so that's a really good one, like for a wedding type one as well. So I'm going to use the Stamparatas, just moving some things off here that I've been using. Now when you're doing a little one like this, I like to just use a little bit of washi tape to hold it down, just so I can. If you were doing a few of them, you could actually line them up. I'm just going to just hold the washi tape down there, and I think we'll go. Life is so much better with you in it. I like that one. Or may all your tomorrows be as happy as today. They're both beautiful, aren't they? I might go with this one. May all your tomorrows. Let's see if it fits in. No, that one's a bit big, so we won't go with that one. You need to cut your card a little bit wider for that one. And as you can see, I sometimes don't get a real big chance to do these cards before tonight, so you're seeing it happening firsthand. Sometimes I get a play and sometimes I don't get a play. So you just line it up on your card where you would like it. Then you close your lid on your Stamparatas and just ink him up. How many of you have got a Stamparatas? If you have, put it in the comments. Do you like it? I just love it. I'm going to just show you a couple of little techniques in a minute with the Stamparatas before we move on. Okay, so if it's not dark enough, the thing that I really love about this is that you can get a really dark colour that you really want. So if you want it to stand out just that little bit more, you can sort of see you can get it that much darker, which is really beautiful. Now I just want to show you before I put the card together, I'm just going to let that dry for a minute. I just want to share a couple of little techniques for you. Now we have a lot of die cuts that are like flowers and things like that, and if you have to do a whole lot of them at once, make yourself a little template like this with the die cut out. I'm just going to take the word off there. And then place your flowers that you've cut out into the template that you've got here, which is really, really good. Then get your template stamp and place this onto your, I'm just going to get it the right way around, onto your die cut there, and then just close it. And then bring this back over here, put it back in here. Now, if you've got a lot to do for a swaps, or you're making a lot of cards the same, this is a really, really great technique, because it just saves you a lot of doing it, because you can just do one after the other, because they just all slide into the same little spot, which is really great. And it's great for little tags as well. So you just come down and you just stamp it, and you can sort of see that you can do quite a few of them over and over and over again, and if it doesn't quite stamp like it didn't down here, that's fine. You just pop it back into the template. We'll get it around the right way though. Looks different with ink on, doesn't it? And then just once again ink it up. I like to set something underneath my thing just so I've got a little bit harder surface for the ink to go on, and then just press it down once again. Just give it a little bit of a press where it didn't press, where it didn't ink up before, and you can sort of see that you've got this beautiful image. So it looks really lovely. So you can do the next one, just pop it in there and do that one, and then the next one, and just keep opening and shutting, and it saves a lot of time. You can also do it with these little tags too, like you've got little tags. You can just place the little tag inside there. I don't know if I've got one cut out at the moment, but you can just place the little tag in there and put the stamp over it and do it the same, and you really get everything lined up perfectly. And I'll just show you a card that I did with this one with the little tag. So I did my flowers here, and then hi Diane, and then I did my little tag for you, and this is how I did the for you. I just popped it in here, the little blue ones in here. I usually do this contrast, so the little blue ones in here, and used the Night of Navy ink and just kept going backwards and forwards because I've made these for my swaps this week, for this month, and I just thought it would be nice to be able to just do the tag after the tag. So that's a nice cute little one. So I hope that gives you a couple of ideas on what you can do with making templates for your Stamparatas too, because you want to get the most out of your tools. If you buy the tools, you want to get the most out of them and use them over and over and over again. Okay, so we're going to get back to our little card. So what I've actually done here is cut out a little bit of crumb cake, and I'm just going to stick this on here. Now I just want to show you a technique here with this silicone mat. And I've just got to get my snail, sorry, it's over here because I've been working on our swaps. So we've got the silicone mat. Now to stick this on, you can use our glue, like our sheets, our adhesive sheets that you can actually put on the back of this before you cut through the die cut, or you can use your snail, and with your snail you run it across the back, but make sure you've got your silicone mat underneath it, so you can sort of see that I've rubbed that all on, and you can sort of see it a little bit on the front, but turn it over back on the back and just rub. It will actually just disappear. The glue will disappear. It's amazing. But all this is sticky where you've actually got it. It's a really, really lovely way of using your silicone mat. Okay, so we can just now just continue. Has anyone tried that way? Because silicone mats are amazing. I just love them. They're just something that I use a lot. So I'm just going to bring that one down into the card here, which is really lovely. And then I'm going to use our, oh, where's that fine thread? I had it sitting here, sorry, I've got a lot of mess. It's the copper thread. I just love this copper thread. It just gives it a little bit more of a little bit of bling on it. So just pop it in your hand and wind it around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How many times you want to do it? It's entirely up to you. 12 times. I've done this one. And then I'm just going to twist it a little bit, and you get this beautiful little like bow effect that you can actually bubble out. And I'm going to bring this into the card here. So I'm just going to put a dimension down, and it's a tiny little dimension here, just down here on the card. And then I'm just going to put this over the dimension just so that it hides. But then we're going to use one of our beautiful face gems, gold face gems, over the top of that, and I'm going to use, I think, the smaller size one because it will go over the mini glue dot, not the mini glue dot, the mini dimension. And you can just fan this out then, how you want to fan it out. Okay, so then we're going to actually bring this onto our white card. Now if you get my blade's a little bit blunt, you can always use a bit of a sanding block if you needed to sand that around, but I like the rustic look. It doesn't worry me. It does worry some people, so if it does worry you, just get your sanding block out and sand the edges. Okay, so we're just going to bring this now. You can actually emboss this if you want to. I'm not going to emboss it tonight, I'm just going to pop it on here, and I'm just going to get our soft suede and I'm just going to clean a bit of that black off, and I'm just going to come around the outside. It's got a little bit of black on it from before, but that's all right. So just give it a little bit of a sponge technique. It just makes the very vanilla cardstock pop out a little bit more, so when you put it onto vanilla card, it just doesn't look like a card on card. It actually looks like it's got a bit of a border around it, which is quite nice. So just fold your card in half and use your bone folder. My bone folder's here. And don't forget, the reason you use your bone folder is one, because you usually have oils on your fingers and it spreads, and two, 99% of the time we have ink on our fingers, so you don't want to spread ink on you as well. And then this is just going to snail onto here, and you can sort of see how quick and easy it is to make a beautiful card with these new Thinlit dies. I actually love them, and I'm just going to hopefully have time to just share with you one more thing with this. Half an hour goes very fast, but you can sort of see it makes a beautiful little card. And I did a bird one earlier today, so you can sort of do up a set, and they look really lovely, and you could give these away as a gift. I like to also put the crumb cake inside and a very vanilla inside as well, just to finish the card off. And don't forget always to put your angel policy on the back of the card as well. And you can place some more diamantes around if you want to, or the faced gems. Okay, so I just want to show you one more thing with the faced gems that you might know of and you might not know of. When my Thinlit dies go, this is what happens on a small desk. You're always moving stuff around and then when you're looking for it, you can't find them. Okay, time's going to run away before, here they are. See, should put them back in the packet. I'm not going to tell you that because you should, but I don't always. Okay, now what I wanted to share with you on these is we're going to get a bit of paper and we're going to pop this one down. I'm just going to pop these out quickly. They're from before. Just pop your die cut down. I just want to show you how you can actually cut them out and make another type of card, and then I'll show you a card that I made earlier as well. Okay, wind this through. Beautiful. Now you're going to take this off. Hopefully it'll all come out. And you have another piece in here, and this actually lines up to, I've got the right one, I hope I've got the right one, yes. Sorry, just got to get it around the right way. So this will actually line up around it and cut out the leaves and that. So it actually comes up under the leaves a little bit with a little bit of a border. So this one will, this edge over here will come to the top of the flower there to cut, and you'll have a little bit of a border around this side as well. You just got to line them up. And this is where I do like to use a little bit of washi tape to just hold it in place. Now you've got to be mindful not to cut through your leaves. So I'm just going to get a bit of washi tape that I had here. you can see that I have put it and hidden it on myself again. That's okay. Here it is. Because I just want to show you. Okay, so we're just going to come up here. And I'm just going to put a little bit of washi tape across there. And a little bit on this side here. Okay, then we're going to put our plate back on top. Hi Chris, how are you tonight? It's lovely to see you ladies come on. Okay, so we're winding this one through. Let me know if you've used this die cut before. Have you got it in your collection yet? Leave me a little comment so you can actually see if we take the washi tape away. You have a bottom cut, so you get the whole thing cuts out as a flower. And it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to share with you the card that I made doing it that way. So this is the card that I did doing it that way. So I sponged first and then come through. I just sponged different colours under here and then just did a little bit of the shimmer pen with a little bit of green and a little bit darker on the middle one. So I hope you can see that. So as you can see, that gives us 3 beautiful cards in this collection that I really, really love, you know. So we've got our bird one and our flower one that looks like you can use as a bookmark or a tag, and then cutting the whole die cuts out like this is beautiful. And then remember, we also shared with you tonight our beautiful card with the ute underneath it that we were meant to be doing last week. And it just wouldn't come out, but you can sort of see that this week it has come out. So I'll just share that with you all coloured in. It looks really good. Okay, I'm going to turn this back up. Hi everyone, love seeing you. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and I do hope you got some little tips and ideas, and thank you for the love hearts and the thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment if there's something that you'd like to know about the Big Shot. If I can help you, I certainly will. And thanks, Beth. I love it. And yes, I'll see you all again next Thursday night. Time just flies when you're having fun, and we always have fun with Stamping with Teresa. Okay, catch you later. Bye for now.